87 days to election 2020. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. Celebrating 25 years of fearless and impactful journalism, this bulletin is coming to you live from Joy 99.7 FM in Accra at digital address GA0993341. Also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliates across the country, including ATL FM, Cape Coast, Radio Max, Takrady, and around the world at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, more than 50 homes collapsed as flooding situation in Northeast and Upper East regions worsens. We have details as a family of 6 suffers various degrees of injury after their building collapsed on them.
That's the other house, 6 of them. Then the other house, one woman and his children and grandchildren. So the owner of the room still at the hospital. Then one of her sons' hand got broken.
Making good leaders for the next generation, the current focus of former NDC flag bearer aspirant Owusu Gabra, who maintains he's contributing to the growth of the nation behind the scenes.
I'm working for the people of Ghana in every possible way. I'm a generational thinker, and I'm also one who recognizes the privileges he has had based on my own efforts, but also based on the support and encouragement of many others.
Also, MP for Owusu West Wagon, Lydia Hassan, questions John Dumelo's decision to lead a constituency full of intellectuals and yet does not believe in them.
If he doesn't believe in intellectuals and you want to lead a constituency where you don't believe in them, and they will not make a mistake to vote for.
And coming up in sports,
we are bracing up for the big European football season. We kickstart tonight. I'll tell you what to expect as Joy Sports goes heavy on the English Premier League.
You have to stay for that. Also in Fansipim School qualifies to the next stage of the ongoing National Science and Maths Quiz. Details as we tell you why they had to, for the first time, start their journey from the preliminary stage. Details of these stories and more coming up with me, Mamavi Owusu-Aboagye. Stay with us. Now, 7 persons are injured after their home collapsed on them during heavy rains at a village in the East Mamprusi municipality of the Northeast region this morning. One of them had his arm broken and being given traditional treatments. That building is among about 50 homes which residents say have all been down in after prolonged heavy rains. Spillage of the Bagre Dam, which has already caused floods in the Northeast and Upper East regions, killing 10 persons so far. The situation Joy News understands has forced the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, to shut a major bridge linking Ghana and Burkina Faso. We'll take you live there shortly. First, though, listen to an eyewitness recounts the incident to Joy News.
That's the other house, 6 of them. Then the other house, one woman and his children and grandchildren. So the owner of the room still at the hospital. Then one of her sons' hand got broken. It's a heavy downfall. That house, 2 rooms, even 3, because the 2 rooms is just a total collapse. Then the 3rd one is damaged. So it's also damaged. Even my own room too is collapsed. The room I'm sleeping. For the whole community, there are more than 50 rooms. More than that. Together, almost all the community, even the houses that you enter and you not see a collapsed room are not many. For the hospital and the school, there is nothing wrong with those facilities.
You have there an eyewitness account. Let's take you live now to the region and speak to our correspondent, Eliasu Tanko, who is on this beat. Eliasu, let's start from the devastation, the collapse of some 50 homes, which has led to the injury of a family of 6. Hello, Eliasu?
Hi, Mama.
Yes, Eliasu, I wanted you to give us a further update on this collapse of some 50 homes, which has led to the injury of a family of 6. Owusu-Aboagye, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Owusu, what can you report on the situation with the collapse of the 50 homes?
Well, we understand NADMO has visited the community and they have taken assessment of the situation. We understand they are currently gathering some relief items to send to the community as well. But with regards to the victims, we understand some of them are still hospitalized at the Baptist Methodist Church in Alirgo, and they are responding to treatment as well.
And Owusu, as the rains continue, we understand that Mo has also had to shut a major bridge linking Ghana and Burkina Faso. So what's the situation informing this closure?
Well, I am currently on that particular bridge. This morning, they are gradually reopening the bridge, but they have deployed dozens of NADMO staff and local rescue team on that bridge, and they are controlling the movement of the vehicles coming from Boliga and also Tamale. This particular bridge has been flooded, and the road as well also has been flooded. And so NADMO officials are here. The indication is that they will be closing the road this evening as well, because the officials or the staff they deployed will not be available tonight to control the vehicular movement. So they will be shutting down the bridge this evening. But as we speak right now, dozens of local search parties and staff of NADMO are currently on the bridge controlling the movement of vehicles here.
And that's my colleague, our correspondent, Owusu-Aboagye there. Now, Vice President Dr. Owusu-Aboagye was in the Upper East region where yesterday he accused the Burkinabe authorities of spilling more than they had initially planned.
On site, there are 3 contractors. They are on site, and currently they are also, they've cleared the site all the way to the river, and they are waiting for the water to subside before they really start work. They need to divert the water, and so they will wait for the rains to subside, and then they will divert the water and start. But that is the fundamental solution to this.
And the Vice President also distributed relief items to affected persons.
Many farmers have lost their crops and livestock as well. It has displaced a lot of people, and the displaced people in the Upper East region thus far are being housed right here in Tomoko as we speak, and at this school block here. And so on behalf of the government, NADMO has been very quickly reacting to the disaster that has befallen our people. And so here we are, and NADMO has brought in relief items to provide for the people. And so they've been provided items to allow them to have some normality whilst we deal with the bigger problem. Ultimately, this bigger problem that comes every year will be solved when we complete the Kwalugu Dam.
Albert Sori is our Upper East region correspondent. He joins us live, and he's been following the Vice President. Albert, what's the Vice President been up to today?
Yes, Benny. So there was some slight rain this morning, but the Vice President started his tour today with attending an interview with the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. He was scheduled to visit the Nabdam district as well as the Bongo and Kasina-Nankana West districts. But we are now told that that has been put on hold, and he has returned to the Regional Coordinating Council where he's holding some meetings. Later, he will join the Islamic community for the Friday prayers, and from there, we will know where he will go next.
And that's my colleague, Upper East Region correspondent Albert Sori there. Now, a Kumawood actor has been shot in a robbery attack in the Ashanti region capital, Kumasi. According to his family, the actor and other tenants in the house have confirmed that the armed men repeatedly stated he was their target. He was shot twice in the thigh and rib by persons who broke into his apartment on Thursday dawn.
He told me this morning that he was attacked yesterday, and it was true. Yesterday he was attacked at 2 o'clock. And then he was rushed to the hospital. But he said the gang came in, trying to attack the first neighbor. So when they got into his room, they told him he's not the one they are looking for. So if he comes out, he'll be killed. So 3 of their phones were collected, and they moved to his apartment. And when they came to him, they were trying to open his door, but they couldn't. So they had to remove the whole door from the frame. And when the door was removed, he struggled with the door with them. Then one said, "Kill him and let's go, kill him and let's go, kill him and let's go." So he left the door, and they went off. So he gave a kick. A lady was part, so the lady was giving a kick on her neck, and then she fell down. So the next person he gave a punch, and then the guy fell down. So he was on him, beating him, and then he had a gunshot. So he collapsed, he fell down. He fell down, and he turned to look at the person who gave him the gunshot, and he left the scene. So when he was about to leave, he was given another one on his right thigh. So as a result of that, he struggled and he left the scene. At the main door, they were after him, so he tried to lock the door as well. So struggling with him at the door, he scared them, and then he took off to the next apartment. And from there, he had help. He called for help. So they came to the house. While they were coming, others too rushed into the hospital, and we also called to the hospital.
And we're joined on the line by Nanaya Aljima from Kumasi for more on this. Nanaya Aljima, who is this actor in question, and do we know how well he's doing?
Mamavi, we are talking about Andrew Intu Mensa, popularly known as Scorpion GH, who is known for action scenes in local movies. And his latest movie out there is called Revenge. I just went to the hospital, and from the conversation I've been having with the family, he's doing very well. He's responding to treatment, and the indication is that very soon he will leave the theater and be brought to the ward of the hospital. So from all indications, he's doing well, and he's been able to narrate all that happened on that night to the family and also the police.
So how did the incident happen?
So, as the brother said, some gentlemen and a lady came to the house, and mistakenly they entered the room. And from the conversation that ensued between the occupants of that room and these criminals, all indication shows that they were not looking for the people who were in the room at that time. Okay. So, to the next room, which was this gentleman's room, or the actor's room.
And Nanaya, has this been reported to the police yet? Nanaya Aljima, if you can hear me, I'm asking if this incident has been reported to the police.
Yes, after the incident, the residents in the house called in the police, who came and took some evidence from the ground, and police have been following up on they've had so far.
And that's my colleague live from Kumasi, Nanaya Aljima there. Away from that, though, the National Media Commission says it is struggling to stop the activities of money doublers who used TV platforms to defraud viewers because of the Supreme Court's decision to strike out its media content regulation in 2016. Executive Secretary George Sapon has been responding to questions at the sitting of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee. Joining us live now from Parliament is my colleague Joseph Gakpo. Joseph, what else have the NMC been saying?
Well, according to the Executive Secretary, George Sapong, currently, although they don't have the educate capacity, some work is ongoing to build a system that would help with the monitoring, and that system will be able to invite people who have various information regarding what is happening on election day and even beyond, and that system will be able to verify whether the details that are coming in amounts to fake news or otherwise. It's able to tell the location and all in order to ensure that adequate information which is going out is accurate. So he says that system is still being built, and they would want the support of all institutions to do this. But for now, they don't have that capacity to do the necessary monitoring.
Joseph Opoku-Gakpo is our parliamentary correspondent with an update on the National Media Commission's appearance before the Public Accounts Committee. Now, former Trades and Industry Minister Owusu-Aboagye is one of 7 individuals who lost out in the election to decide who lead the NDC into the 2020 polls. Not much has since been heard of him in the political space. He tells Joy News' Joseph Aboagye he's been focusing on mentoring the next generation of leaders.
How to help the next generation. I'm a generational thinker, and I'm also one who recognizes the privileges he has had based on my own efforts, but also based on the support and encouragement of many others. So my job here, that's why I'm in the business of mentorship. I've established ABCDE, which is 10 years old today. So I tried not to put the emphasis on my own birthday, but on the 10th anniversary of ABCDE, and also the 25th anniversary of another consultancy company I established, which I have not really had a chance to promote for its practice. And I'm now giving a chance to Ghanaians who need the best in corporate communications to hopefully come and ask my company to give them solutions to their problems. So my advice to the young generation is work hard, study hard, listen to your parents, follow the examples of Christ, or if you are a Muslim, of Muhammad, and be a good citizen.
For us the young ones, just briefly, for us the young ones, I mean, we know you as a politician, a fine brain who wanted to lead the country. I mean, what have you been up to since at the NDC primaries in terms of politics?
That's just what I've told you. I mean, I'm working for people.
Is it a case that you're no longer into frontline politics as
I am working for the people?
Well, as someone who's worked as head of a church, a university, a minister of state, ambassador, and a telecommunication expert, one would ask which of these has Mr. Gabra enjoyed the most. Listen.
And I've said to people that sales, the career that I enjoyed the most, and I found the most fulfilling, and I've said to most of the sales and business development staff of the various organizations I've worked with, is the one that I found most fulfilling. Actually, when I found myself in the United States, after working for what some people would have said or thought was the most prestigious company in the communications industry in Manhattan, I ended up being a salesman, the one that also gave me the greatest fulfillment. Well, you started up the day you didn't have any income, you're not guaranteed any, salary per se, and your earnings were based on your own hard work and how many calls you're able to make.
You have Owusu-Aboagye speaking at the 10th anniversary of his foundation that is into mentorship, ABCDE. You're still listening to the Midday News. Now let's get into some politics now. This is your election headquarters. Now, Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wuogon, Lydia Al-Hassan, is asking her constituents not to make a mistake by voting for the NDC's parliamentary candidate, John Dumelo, who she says doesn't believe in intellectuals. Her comment comes on the back of assertions made by John Dumelo that the NDC is not really into intellectuals, arguing that the main focus of the party is to get people from the bottom to believe in their ideas. That is why most of its members are not intellectuals. But the MP believes John Dumelo's comment is a slight on the integrity of electorates within the constituency, which serves as home for major tertiary institutions, including the University of Ghana. The MP insists a vote for John Dumelo would stagnate the gains achieved so far.
I am visible. I am not that visible on social media. Grounds is where the work is, and that is where I am also very strong at. Come to the grounds and you'll hear the people tell you.
You're strong on the ground?
I am very strong on the ground.
Is equally strong on the ground?
No, I don't think so. I don't really like to talk about my opponent because we live in a constituency where we have about 5 tertiary institutions here. The last time I heard, he doesn't believe in intellectuals. And you want to rule, you want to lead a constituency where you don't believe in them. I do respect and believe in them.
And as Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wagon, Lydia Al-Hassan. Let's speak to John Dumelo now. John, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. First of all, how do you respond to those criticisms?
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the listeners. I think first of all, there's some cheap points that he wants to. I mean,
Mr. Dumelo, can you please reposition yourself?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Dumelo, speak again. Let's see if we can hear you clearer now.
Okay, can you?
No, it still doesn't sound good. If you can just reposition yourself. Let's try again if we can hear you.
Hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying that first and foremost, I think it's just cheap political points that she wants to score. I never said I don't believe in intellectuals. What I said was that when you take a look at the NDC, we believe in everybody. We believe in the bottom-up approach, and we don't believe that a group of intellectuals should take over the whole party. And that is why even when we're doing our manifesto, we went across the whole country to listen to everybody, both intellectuals, both, for those who are at the bottom, those who are in the middle, and those who are at the top. And that encompasses our ideology. It's not a matter of I don't believe in intellectuals. As a matter of fact, the NDC has so many intellectuals that we can boast of.
And that's John Dumelo. He's hoping to unseat the MP for Ayawaso West Wagon constituency, Lydia Al-Hassan. Well, from politics, we get into the National Science and Maths Quiz. Mfantsipim School has qualified to the next stage of the ongoing National Science and Maths Quiz competition after beating Apam Senior High School and Owusu-Aboagye Senior High School. Well, it is the first time the two-time winners are beginning their journey from the preliminary stage of the competition since the seeding of competing schools was introduced. Maxwell Agbagba has more in this report on why the school is starting from the prelims.
The electrifying atmosphere at the University of Ghana Business School before the contest that got Mfantsipim School eliminated from the 2019 competition. The Mfantsipim School anthem echoed in the four corners of the auditorium. But that was not enough to shield them from the firepower of their opponents, St. Augustine's College. The celebrations for Ogasco continued deep into the night.
Do this. We need them to do this. We've been telling them Mfantsipim. They have no sight. Tell them that it's actually for free. Actually, an old student of Augustine, St. Augustine's College. He's also a lecturer here at the University of Ghana Business School. That loss made Mfantsipim School miss out on the 2019 trophy. And now they have to start their 2020 national competition journey from the preliminary stage. They'll be locking horns with Apam SHS and Owusu-Aboagye SHS in the first contest.
Maxwell Agbagba with that report. Maxwell joins us live now. Of course, the contest has ended. Maxwell Agbagba and Mfantsipim has won. But what can you report? Hello, Maxwell. Any other details to share with us?
Yeah, hello, Mamavi.
Yes, Maxwell, I can hear you.
Yes, so at the end of the contest, Mfantsipim School had 53 points, Apam SHS had 31 points, and Owusu-Aboagye had 17 points. I've been speaking to the contestants of the Mfantsipim School, and they tell me they are ready to beat any school they'll face. And they are also hoping to avenge their defeat against St. Augustine's SHS in the 2019 contest.
And that's Maxwell Agbagba reporting there live from Cape Coast. Well, good news is Mfantsipim is through to the next stage of the competition, the National Science and Maths Quiz. You're listening to the Midday News here on Joy FM.
The government should come to our aid and help us because you are the first.
In every election, there are battles. battles for the voters' tongue.
Prior to the election, and then you say you are doing something. You didn't do anything. Politicians should not be putting that in our eyes.
Candidates in each election cycle make a strong case to become your representatives.
The good gains that are being made, so they are determined to return me in order to continue with the good things that are happening.
He should be more visible on the ground. When people are challenging, he must be there.
This election year, your election headquarters is redeploying boots on the ground, on the battleground. The battleground will bring the microphone to you in our carefully selected constituencies, engaging both candidates and the electorate in this struggle for hearts and minds.
It's me big joke here. Sanda ya tuaba matwetia. Nominum so bolu so.
Then our crack team of analysts will break down the trend and the dynamics and dare to make projections. The battleground, this and every Thursday at 8 p.m. on your super station, Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, welcome back to the Midday News. Time for us to bring you some sport, and Hans is back.
Here we go again. New season, new titles, new managers, new signings.
The short goal and into the goal. It is a hat-trick for Christian Pulisic.
Sterling onto his right foot, curls a shot in. Brilliant finish from Raheem Sterling. That was high quality from Manchester City's number 7. Fabinho, what a hit! Oh, what a hit! It's flashed past Bravo. That is a goal of a lifetime. Oh, glorious! That is a special one. Marcus Rashford can count that amongst his bets.
The Premier League never ceases to excite, and Joy Sports will go heavy on the English top flight this season. It all begins tonight with the launch of our coverage on First Take at 7 p.m. and then later at 10 p.m. on the Joy News channel we'll bring you a special preview with focus on our Ghanaian boys, Jordan Ayew, Christian Atsu, and the new boy, Mohamed Salisu, who finds himself at Southampton. Our coverage will begin on Sunday with Everton versus Spurs, and from then we'll bring you all the Sunday afternoon games, courtesy our partners, the BBC. And on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. we'll show you the match highlights and reactions on Scoreboard, also on the Joy News channel. That's not all though. You can also read our articles and get all the relevant statistics on myjoyonline.com. So it's going to be exciting this season, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, but definitely not going to be the same as well. From sports, let's set our attention to entertainment. Becky's here. Becky.
Hello to you, Mamavi. Good to see you. Sarkodie has released Give Me Way, featuring Prince Bright, addressing the controversial Dr. UN Award. Listen.
Let me feed me your half guy onto Dr. You and the MC bottle be mommy award. But anyway, that was a bad situation. And I miss you, I know I didn't die the question.
Yeah, so Mamavi, that's the song came out this morning, and
I listened to the rap. I'm not sure what to make of it though, but you know.
But let's talk about R2Bs. They have announced multiple projects they will be coming our way as the music duo. Omar Sterling, aka Payday, took to his Twitter page to drop details of his upcoming album, Sape, Earth, Different Worlds, R2B's album, as well as his partner Mugisa's EP. One of Ghana's finest music duo, R2Bs, have been serving their fans with good music over the past year. So they have performed very well in the music industry and won lots of awards. Well, the award-winning music group has announced some upcoming music projects, and their fans can't stop talking about it. Omar Sterling, aka Payday, took to his Twitter page to drop details of his upcoming album. The album is dubbed Same as Different Worlds. R2Bs as a group too will release an album in October, and then Mugiz, a member of the group, will be releasing an EP in December. This makes 3 projects for the music group, and already Ghanaians can't wait. Congratulations to them. We can't wait for the 2 albums and an EP.
At least we get to talk about Sarkodie. Let's get the headlines coming up in business.
Well, the Chamber of Independent Power Producers, Distributors and Bulk Consumers are threatening to shut down power plants if the debt owed them by government is not settled immediately. We'll bring you the details at 1 p.m.
Let's jump into our Arrive Alive campaign now. The Upper East Regional Minister is counting on Joy News' Arrive Alive campaign to help save lives of motorists in the region. Owusu-Aboagye says the region is fast gaining notoriety for fatal motorcycle accidents. She's been recounting how she lost a close associate and shares tips on our Arrive Alive segment, brought to you by Toyota Ghana, Bedrock Insurance and Logistics Movers.
Joined colleagues to bury a 33-year-old boy that I know very well. It is one of the saddest things to experience the wailing, the fainting of even men at the loss of such a young soul. This is a very passionate appeal to the young ones. Please arrive alive. There is no need rushing to death and leaving your poor families behind. When they tell you to wear a helmet when you ride the motorbikes, it is for your own safety. When they tell you to ride with care on the roads, it is for your own safety.
And our Arrive Alive campaign tips today brought to you by the Upper East Regional Minister, Owusu-Aboagye. And that's it for the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM and all our affiliates across the country. Our top headliners are more than 50 homes collapse as flooding situation in Northeast and Upper East regions. Westerns, we brought you details as a family of 6 suffers various degrees of injury after their building collapsed on them. My name is Mamavi Owusu-Aboagye. Thanks a lot for your company. We leave you with Dr. Mensa Otabil after this commercial.
Look at you.